Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of As Seen on TV's podcast new series, As Seen on the Big Screen. I'm your host, Dom. With me, I have Omikins.
Hello.
Miss Clio.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hi.
How's it going?
Well.
Great. Wonderful.
Sorry.
All the ways.
Yes. So, you guys just got back from seeing this not too long ago, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Not too long ago.
11 hours ago.
Yes.
As in a Chrissy, you free to go see the movie? Yeah, why? Are you ready now?
It's now.
Why?
It's now.
The movie's playing now.
So, what you're trying to say is Chrissy had a lot of advance notice on this.
Basically,
Yes.
More than
the movie started in 10 minutes. It takes about 7 or 8 minutes to get from our apartment to Chrissy's house, and then about 10, 12 minutes to get from her house to the movie theater. So basically, we had to make a 20-minute trip in 10 minutes.
How'd you do?
Well, we missed the first 45 seconds of the movie, but I think we did pretty well.
Mm.
I also missed the first minute and a half of the movie because
Wow.
we did get there in time. We did get there in time. I was actually in California at the time. We had all our luggage with us walking into the theater. And then we asked guest services if we could store our luggage over there. And they're like, yeah, no problem. So we gave them our luggage. And then we sat down and then I decided I wanted candy and food. And yeah.
That's why we were late, because somebody wanted popcorn.
Chrissy, why did you demand popcorn like that?
I'm a bitch like that. You know?
I know, right? So what'd you guys think of the movie?
It's really good.
It's really good.
Were you
I really
expecting it
liked
to
it.
be that good?
No.
No.
No, why not? Why were your expectations so low?
I don't know. I like the first Thor okay. I don't know why I wasn't so hyped up for this one. I don't have a good reason.
I know the reason I had low expectations because I had low expectations for the Avengers, and then when that came out and it just was amazing, I was like, there's no way they could even come close to topping this. So
Yeah.
every other movie that they release from this point on has a low expectation from me. So
Okay.
I don't know. They did a really good job with it.
Yeah, it was really
I think that's my reason too. Like the Avengers was so good, everything else is desensitized. It's like, oh, another superhero movie? Pfft, it won't chalk up to Avengers, no way.
I'm
Yeah.
getting hyped up for Winter Soldier, though. I hope that's not a disappointment.
I agree. It definitely
Isn't
So,
isn't Jefferson in that?
Is he?
The Mad Hatter?
yeah, Mad Hatter from Once Upon a Time is in Winter Soldier.
Oh, right. He plays Bucky.
Yep.
Mhm.
He is the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spoilers.
So yes. So
Spoilers.
speaking of Captain America,
Spoiler for anyone who's never read the comic.
speaking of Captain America, what did you guys think of the Captain America cameo in this movie?
It
Loki,
was
that was, yeah.
hilarious. Loki did it well.
He did. I could not stop laughing.
It was good, yeah.
I love that whole part with Loki.
There were some people murmuring behind me, like, really, you got to throw comedy into this. That's what these are,
Loki.
right?
That's
I
his
don't
whole
know.
appeal.
I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved every
good.
second of it. It was amazing. It was unexpected, and yeah, it was great. So, we see Thor. He's back in Asgard, and he's traveling from realm to realm, and he's defeating various creatures and enemies that they have on the other planets and other realms and whatnot. But ultimately, he decided he's staying on Asgard for the time being. Why do you think it took so long for him to go see Jane?
Got chaos to quell. I mean,
There's a lot of battles to fight, and he needed to protect other things.
He was busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too busy to make a quick appearance and just let her know that he's busy?
Well,
yeah, don't worry. A quick appearance across realms, you know.
Yeah, it's
no big
nothing.
deal.
I mean, until the beginning of this movie, the Bifrost was destroyed. So, he couldn't travel anywhere, and then they repaired it, and there were more pertinent things to take care of, like rampaging monsters and things like that sort.
Yeah.
Saving towns.
So yeah, that was the Rainbow Bridge that they actually repaired that you saw was destroyed in the first movie. So it's nice to see that fully functioning again.
Yeah.
So we dealt a lot with the convergence, which was when the 9 realms align here, and that caused the laws of gravity and physics completely change. What was going through your guys' head when you start seeing shoes and keys and stuff getting dropped into these weird laws of physics?
I was just watching, but I heard them beside me going, "Oh, it's Portal! It's Portal!"
And I'm thinking how many hours I sunk in Portal. The first Portal, ceiling, floor, dropping a chair and just watching the chair go. And I just stood there and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and put the exit portal on the wall and chair goes. Phew! Sorry, I'm a child.
Fine. I didn't realize it was because of the convergence. I just thought it was like a soft spot between worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like some things like that were, found every so often in different places, but that wasn't so.
Yeah. Well, you see Jane wander into it. She gets sucked into, I don't remember the name of the realm, but she gets somewhere.
Svartalfheim is the best pronunciation I can give. I'm not Norwegian.
There you go. You're not Narnian, you mean?
I'm not Narnian.
And the whole time I was sitting there thinking what the name of the Dwarven realm was, because I really wanted them to show that.
Is that Schwarzalvenheim?
No.
Oh, it's...
I knew how to pronounce all 9 realms at one point.
Not
in my
Niflheim.
life.
Niflheim's the underworld.
Niflheim's one of the underworld. It's also
Nickelback is the underworld?
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
It does. I mean, they're...
Hell is technically the underworld.
Right, so Nickelback.
Did you all think when she stumbled upon the ether, don't fucking touch it?
And
Oh, that was my
she was
thought.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, so pretty."
Why?
Dumbass.
Why would you start touching random things? It's like the quote from Jurassic Park: The Lost World. You can't not touch. Not touch. You can't not touch.
Not touch.
My honest thought was, wow, that's some pretty wicked liquid to be, holding that gigantic pillar up. And then as soon as it comes out and gets on her hand, I'm like, wow, you're lucky you didn't lose a fucking hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gigantic stone monolith smashes into other gigantic stone monolith with her hand, was just right in there.
Yeah. So Jane's affected with the Aether, and she goes back to Earth. They instantly realize she's sick, and Thor goes running. Well, he goes running just before when she disappears off the grid. And he gets down, and then she wanders in. And Thor immediately realizes she's sick when the local authorities come, and they put a hand on her, and it just, like, they all explode backwards. And Thor's like, I'm taking you home. So they go back to Asgard. And that's when she meets Odin for the very first time.
He was not impressed.
So why do you guys think that Thor's father, Odin, was so harsh on Jane, but Thor's mother, Frigga, was so willing to accept her?
Frigga.
Is it Frigga?
Mm-hmm.
Frigga?
Well, Odin just talked to Thor about this. He's like, son, I just told you, stop chasing the bitch from Earth. Plenty of Asgardian women.
And now all of a sudden you bring her here.
Yeah, he comes in like, are you kidding me with this shit? We just talked about it.
Yeah.
And Frigga's fucking awesome.
She is. She was.
She is the sass queen of Asgard.
She was.
Shut up. She still is.
Well, she died pretty quickly. Were you guys surprised at that?
Yes, because they give her 2 seconds of badassness, and then you're dead.
Oh.
What was crazy is 2 things that are still bugging me. One, Malekith was Chris Eccleston, and I did not notice until the fucking credits. I love that actor.
There was no way to notice. There's no way you could tell.
That was one hell of a makeup job.
It was.
And then second, if it wasn't for that other creature, the other elf he turned into that monster, she would have probably kicked his ass.
Oh yeah.
And almost definitely kicked his ass.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
she was actually on the path of kicking his ass.
She was.
And just, I'm trying very hard not to go on a feminist rant right now, but that they're sort of using her as like just this like catalyst for Thor, the male hero, to like
Hmm.
be this
Yeah.
drive, and it's like
You
killed it.
watched that
awesome.
YouTube video too.
I did, yeah, too. I watch her; she's really good, but still, it's just like it bothers me. It really bothers me.
Right.
Eh.
I don't know. All heroes have some catalyst as to why they are, and it's usually their
Yeah,
parents.
but it's too easy to use. Like I feel like that was they took a lazy.
It's not usually their parents. It's usually a female figure that causes them to go do these things.
I should say parents
Yeah.
/ guardians. I know, like,
Either-
look at Spider-Man, another Marvel character.
Well, yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, he's-
Uncle Ben. He's
But
and
Mary-
and the parents. We don't know
But
what happened
M-
to his parents.
How much is
MJ.
Mary Jane kidnapped?
Mary Jane and who's the blonde chick that he was with for in the Amazing Spider-Man? I don't even fucking know. But I mean,
I know her name. I forget it.
Yeah,
she caused a lot of like he wanted to protect them, Mary Jane, and I don't even know her name. But I mean, it caused him to do a lot of things that
The reason why he became Spider-Man
him
was
on.
not because of Mary Jane.
Yes, but this isn't about Spider-Man. This is about Thor and Frigga. This
Right.
is not about.
yeah.
Right, but Thor is already an established hero at this point, so I kind of agree with you. It seemed a little unnecessary to propel this catalyst, but it could also have been that his father, like he's
No,
got this thing where
I-
he's disobeying his father, like he got that, and his mother may have been the only thing holding him there, and with her gone, it kind of leaves him to be able to go pursue the life he wants instead of the life she wants for him.
I agree with you that it could easily have been a male character, but that the writers chose to use a female character that's a different statement than
It is.
killing a male character. And I don't think Loki wouldn't have fucking cared if Odin got killed.
No.
I just think
Odin didn't
He's a
give a
prick.
shit about either one of his parents, so it didn't really matter at all to Loki.
whoa, he cares about Frigga. Did you not get that? That was
no,
the
he said Odin.
whole thing.
No,
No,
Yeah.
he said either of his
I said
parents.
either, and
Yep. At
I
first you
mean-
said Odin though.
uh,
You really meant Loki.
I said Loki doesn't give a shit
No,
about.
I was talking about what Dom said.
Dom said Odin doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit
Oh,
about either
yeah,
of his
I meant
parents.
Loki.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought
Yeah.
I said Loki. But, like, I don't know, because Loki, it seemed like he was distraught about it, but then it didn't, and I don't know which of those visions were real and which ones weren't.
because Frigga said, "You're lying to yourself." He's lying to himself that he hates his family. That was that whole thing.
He obviously loves Frigga as his mom.
He cares
And
about Thor.
He
even though-
cares about Thor, even though they're just the typical brothers they like to fight. But as far as Odin goes, I don't think he gives a rat's ass about Odin. No.
Yeah, no, that's definite there. But, do you guys think that they could have stopped the Dark Elves without the help of Loki?
No, Thor
No.
wouldn't have been able to get off world.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, releasing Loki was their only play. They had no other choice.
That was the only way Thor could think to get out of Asgard, because Loki knew all the tricky ways ins and out.
Right.
Hmm.
Now, there's a statement made actually just before this that happened when Odin made a comment and said that they are not gods. I thought that's exactly what they were.
No, they're
No.
not.
That's what our ancient Norse people thought, because they came and they were these, strong, larger than life, powerful beings,
I
and they
mean,
assumed that they were gods.
if you're just a peasant working the
Treated like
fields,
God.
yeah, if you're a peasant working the fields in the year, let's say 900, and all of a sudden some super advanced aliens, I mean, far beyond our technology. I mean, we would be seen as gods with our technology now, but aliens far advanced with the ability to travel through space, different realms, all this crazy technology and stuff like that. it's kind of obvious they're seen as gods, and I mean, I kind of like the way they worked that.
Yeah.
For this.
So what's the difference between them and humans? Like they live longer, right? They heal.
They're stronger. They're faster. They live longer. They heal faster.
Yeah.
So they're the Energizer Bunny.
They're just
Yes.
They're humans that are better in every way.
they're humanoid alien creatures with different
That just happen to look exactly like humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Humanoid.
Sounds about right.
So so as they go on to what is it? The Dark Elves' homeworld and
World.
the what?
The
The Dark World.
The Dark World. Is that the official name of it?
Well,
That's what they call it.
No, that's what they call it. It's got a name, like,
Svartalfheim.
yeah,
Right.
but I just keep calling it the Dark World because I can't pronounce that.
Yeah.
So they go over and it appears that Loki dies.
Mm.
Yeah.
How did Loki die, but then poses Odin at the end? I know this has kind of been a big controversy online. People can't grasp
didn't.
this.
He didn't die.
Somehow he faked getting stabbed in the chest and then turned into that guard again and went
Yeah.
back to Asgard and then did something with Odin and took his place. However that however that exactly happened, that's what happened.
And
Yeah.
he was the trickster god, basically.
He was the
so,
one who came to Odin and said, "Your son's Loki's dead."
Yeah.
That was it.
But what happened
Well,
to Odin?
he didn't specifically say your son Loki's dead. He said we found a body.
And
Found a
Odin
body.
and
It wasn't
Odin said
Thor.
Loki.
Loki,
Right.
obviously.
But here's the thing: Odin said Loki now, and then the guard
That's the little
stood
smirk.
there with that smirk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now here's my questions: A, was Odin saying Loki as in that was the body, or as in Loki, you're standing in front of me, you son of a bitch?
Right.
I thought it was Loki that was the body.
Right, but I mean, if anybody could see through that illusion, I would imagine Odin would be one of the few people who could.
Right.
Yeah.
Second, I mean, at the end we see that whole thing. What happened to Odin?
Yeah. So
What
is
Loki
Odin dead?
do with him?
Is he
Is
dead?
he dead?
I don't think that Loki would kill Odin.
He had to go poo.
I don't think Loki could kill Odin, even if he tried.
So,
I don't know.
like-
he might be
So then
able
what did
to.
he do with him?
He's got a lot of tricks. I don't know.
I don't know.
See, a
I
lot
don't
of
either.
people were like, "Oh, Loki must have swapped places with Odin." Like, I was looking, a lot of people were confused. They're like, "Well, Loki, there had to be a body stand in his place, and they're assuming that was Odin that stood place as Loki."
Wait, why did there have to be a body switch?
That's what I didn't say. There had to be. I'm saying that's what people are saying. So
There
a
doesn't
lot of
have to be
people,
a
a lot of people seem very confused. Loki could just project images.
Loki's body was left in the middle of a wasteland. No one's gonna find it again.
Right.
Also, I was very mad that Thor left his brother's body behind.
Yeah. Where's the honor in that?
Fucked up.
It's not really his brother.
It is his brother for all intents and purposes. He was
For all
raised
intents
with him.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he's just a midget frost giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, midget frost.
Really,
People
that's
love it.
Loki's story. He was
I know.
he was an undersized frost giant, the prince, the son of the king, and the king was disgraced and left him out in the wilderness to die.
To quote Supernatural, family doesn't have to be blood.
No.
Yeah,
They
sure.
are
true.
brothers.
This is true. So, in the second post-scene credits, we see Thor return back to Earth,
Yes.
and he goes up to Jane, and he gives her this big kiss. Why was this an after scene and not included in the actual movie?
That's a very solid question. I have
It's
no
like,
idea.
but it's like the 2-second wrap up. It's like it's not needed to make a complete
The
film.
whole movie was building to that moment.
No, it wasn't.
Was
No, it wasn't.
The whole thing is he coming back for me? She's going, Jane's exploring, looking for him. She's waiting for him. He finally comes back. She gets torn away immediately through all this danger. And they just get back, and she gets dropped off, and he just leaves. The movie was building to
so
this.
So you're saying the whole movie is revolving around the love story?
Kind of, yeah.
Jane is like,
Okay,
when
the
you
whole Earth is threatened thing wasn't even a
no.
that was a side quest.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
A love story.
The way I'm looking
But
at
that
it,
is not the most interesting thing about this movie.
the way I'm looking at it is Jane is the equivalent to any of Doctor Who's companions because the love story there, they're like so attached to him. They're like, come back, come back, come back. And when he comes back, they're like, oh, and they just like fall. They lose everything. Their jiffies fall off.
So what about that other girl that Thor had waiting for him?
He didn't care about her.
The girl on Asgard.
Yes.
No. Okay.
They were friends. It was the chick his dad was trying to set him up with.
And she's
And
clearly
she liked
into
him.
him.
She liked him,
she's
yeah.
into him. She's into him, but he's not into her, and she knows it.
Yeah.
She's not dumb. She's smart.
Also, what chat's referring to, the maiden in Midgard, is Jane on Earth, because Midgard is Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, Sif, she's into Thor. And you saw her eyeing up the
Really?
competition.
Yeah.
She was. It almost looked like there might be a bit of a fight in the third Thor movie between them two.
I don't know. I think she was almost a useless character. She really didn't have to be there.
Who?
Exactly, but I think they're setting her up for the third one. I think it's just basically an introduction
Possibly.
for that.
Well, it does. It makes sense because she was in the scene after the credits. After. So,
Right.
it makes sense.
Wait. Hold on. Who are we talking about?
Sif.
The Asgardian woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was in the scene after the credits?
Not after the credits. The one after. Where
Oh,
they
yeah.
took
She took her and the dude took the...
Yeah. That's
So,
it.
do you guys think Thor is going to live on Earth now?
Why
I
not?
think he's going to live between worlds. He's going to do what he has to do for the 9 realms.
he can get back and forth easy. Now that the bridge is
But
Repaired.
is Jane gonna stay put, or is she gonna travel with him?
well, she'll
Uh-huh.
stay put. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just makes sense for her to stay put because she doesn't really belong in Asgard. She's like an ant to a bunch of giants in Asgard.
I think her scientific mind might carry her to the other realms to study and stuff.
The other realms, yeah. It makes sense to do that.
Asgard too.
I don't know. She just, because she's not super powered like all the other Asgardians, it just makes sense that she's not really gonna travel back and forth often. Not like if Thor needs to go back, he'll go back.
Yeah.
Like- But from what we saw with Loki, I think Loki's going to do everything in his power to make Thor stay away, as far away as he can, so that he can do his trickery in Asgard.
Yeah.
Right. So now we know the next Avengers movie is called The Age of Ultron. Do you guys think Loki's going to make an appearance in there at all, or are we not going to see Loki again until the third Thor movie?
I don't know. It's a really good question. Depends on if he's involved with, if we see Thanos, if he's involved with Thanos. It depends on where the plot takes it.
It depends on the origin story they're cooking up for Ultron, because they said they're doing something that's apart from the comics.
Yeah, which means Pym's probably not in it.
Yeah, because I mean, originally Ultron was a human-created android. They're probably going to go slightly a different track.
I think we might see Loki in an after-credits scene or something from that.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think he's going to be in the main movie by any means.
No.
Probably not.
He's too busy trying to play king.
He is. He's got to maintain that charade. But how long do you think he's going to be able to keep it up before Thor finds out?
It depends on
third movie.
Yeah, it depends on whether Odin is dead or hidden away or banished or whatever. Because if Odin's not dead, it might be revealed sooner that it's actually Loki on the throne.
Yeah.
Say what you would about Thor, for all of his positive attributes, he is a dumbass. No, he's not a dumbass. He's kind of dense.
I don't know. He seemed to have some pretty witty things happen during the movie, like flying the ship and tricking Loki, like putting the cuffs on him and lying to him. Like, who can trick Loki?
But still, a lot of that is like a warrior's intuition, sort of like a warrior's state of mind. He's not he's not like Loki. He doesn't think that
Oh,
way.
no. He doesn't have the intelligence of Loki. No way. But I mean, he has his good points where he can elevate to the situation and make it work out for him.
That he is a bit of a meathead.
So do you think with that knowledge, do you think he's going to be able to blend in on Earth if he decides to stay there? If he doesn't decide to go
No.
to the
God,
realms?
No, I mean,
Everybody knows he's Thor.
everybody knows he's Thor already. I mean, the New York battle. I mean, soon as even in the movie, they're like trying to take pictures of him on their phones while he's fighting for freaking planet Earth, and people are like, "Oh, it's Thor!" taking pictures and videos, and they're like, "Get the hell out of here! You're gonna die!"
He's swinging his hammer around and everything.
Exactly.
I mean, he could shave and get a haircut and kind of blend in a little bit. You don't think that's possible for him?
Like Samson, his power comes from his hair.
Ah.
That's what powers the hammer. His hair.
Oh yeah.
God.
So if you cut off his hair, he's fucked.
But
Yeah.
if he's living on Earth, he doesn't need the hammer. What about that scene when he took the hammer and hung it up on the coat rack?
I was expecting
We talked about that.
We talked about this over lunch.
the whole rack to just fall.
So was I.
To rip off the
It's so
wall.
heavy.
But-
Yeah.
As we said, Nikki said it, don't ever sell that fucking coat rack. I go, no, that is one worthy coat rack. Because only the worthy can wield Mjolnir. And
Right?
that must, because we're talking about this like, well, maybe because Thor hung it with the strap, or maybe the strap can offset the weight, or no, but then you pick it up by the strap and anybody can wield it. So it's like, so that was just one worthy fucking coat rack.
Please, can I make that a Tumblr thing? One worthy coat rack.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Yes.
for it. Because it
Do it.
really
Good.
was. Like, what was the deal?
I'm gonna make that a thing. That's hilarious.
Because, I mean, the Hulk couldn't lift that goddamn thing. And you're going
No.
to tell me that this,
This
moderate,
coat rack.
Just hang on
this
the
normal, average, run-of-the-mill coat rack can hang it.
the mightiest of coat racks.
What if it was made out of Asgardian oak?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, there you go.
Worthy coat rack hashtag.
The nails are actually metal from Asgard.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That works.
That was just funny. That's
So
okay.
But the nails are made of the metal, but the wall surely isn't. They would just tear that wall down.
Asgardian plaster.
That was Guardian drywall.
Everything's just made of Asgardian.
It has to be. That's the only explanation.
Made of the finest stones.
So let me. How packed was your theater when you saw it? Was there a decent amount of people in there, or was it kind of dead?
15.
There's 15 people, maybe.
So-
It's a decent amount for 11 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
So did the Captain America scene and the coat rack scene get a decent amount of laughs from the people in the theater, or?
Maybe from us.
I was cracking up to myself. I was.
Yeah, the coat rack, I giggled to myself.
Yeah,
I mean, I
too.
saw it with a packed theater. It was like a day or two after it was. I saw it, like midday. It was like 5-6 o'clock, somewhere right around there, and the whole theater was packed. And I'm just gonna say the Captain America thing. People were just laughing hysterically. The whole theater erupted, and the coat rack got an even bigger eruption. So yeah, those definitely two of the funniest moments of the whole movie. So, excluding after credit scenes, you guys have anything else you want to touch on before we get there?
Oh, wait, let me go through the whole movie
The-
in my head
Can
here.
we talk about the bad guys, the dark elves?
Yeah, go ahead.
They,
I fucking think that they're awesome.
Yeah.
yeah. I was like,
I have a thing for bad guy elves. Like, they're really fucking cool.
that's why for like for Elder Scrolls or whatever, I pick a dark elf,
Yeah.
or for like Warhammer,
I don't know if you guys.
dark Eldar.
I don't know if you guys have seen Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
I have
Oh, yeah.
not.
Those elves remind me so much of these elves.
They do, yeah.
Although I was extremely disappointed because fucking makeup department got lazy and all the elves just had masks.
This is
Like
true.
you can just, do the faces. I want the elves. God damn it!
My
Like
thing-
every soldier
Well-
had a mask except for the two main guys.
I did mention when we were watching the credits that they spent a lot on food, so that's probably where their makeup budget went.
I doubt it.
Probably. Did they have a lead Pepsi drinker? Did you happen to see that? Was that in the
I
credits?
wasn't paying attention. But
There was Brewmaster, right?
there was a brewmaster.
But as far as bad guys go, without the Aether, Malekith seemed like a pretty useless supervillain or bad guy because without that Aether, he would have gotten his ass handed to him 5 times over.
Yeah.
Really though?
Frigga was
kind of
kicking his ass and
Sorry.
probably would have defeated him on her own.
Okay, maybe.
And then, she gets killed. Thor comes in and lightning bolts him to the side of the friggin' face,
Odin.
and he's down for the count.
Yeah, the actual. I mean, as a bad guy, he was a little underwhelming.
I mean, once
You're
he
looking at
absorbed the
this as
Aether,
you get the Dark Elves. They're kind of similar to humans, and then they're going up against gods. So of course the gods are going to be able to kick their ass.
Yeah, but I think in the terms of hand-to-hand combat with like one-on-one with the hero, yeah, he might not be up to that kind of par, but he's leading this army that has this kind of tech that sort of did kick the crap out of Asgard.
It did.
yes, their technology is superior.
He
because-
also just kind of got out of like a 2,000 year sleep, so I bet he was still groggy.
That doesn't make him a bad villain because he can't punch Thor in the face. I think that makes him a different kind of villain.
Yeah. I mean, technology-wise, you're right, because,
Yeah.
what was it, 3 fighters, and it leveled, the
Yeah.
main city in Asgard completely?
Hashtag Asgard ass whooping.
Yeah.
We have Uthgrad in chat. He's got some epic hashtags right here. We have hashtag
All the fucking hashtags.
hashtag worthy coat rack, hashtag worthy walls, hashtag worthy nails, hashtag hot bad guy elf, hashtag Thor gotta eat, and hashtag Asgard ass whooping.
Those are
So.
some worthy hashtags, my
They
Yeah. The worthy hashtags. Hashtag worthy hashtag.
Horrible.
Oh
Alright,
god.
anyway. Oh my god, I really love just the design of the Dark Elves because they're not so much fancy like Asgard's design is. They're like spaceshipy and mechanic, and their guns are like sci-fi. It's are we going on?
He's got hashtag Dom is a munter. Thank you. Thank you for that one.
Sorry.
But yeah, their technology does seem more... Okay, and I can understand the whole mechanical nature, thin fighters, they could slip, they can rotate, they could pass through, things. What about, Malekith's main ship, the battleship? If you notice, most of the ship, like the control section, everything's done in the upper portion, and then there's this gigantic, 2,000-meter spire that serves no purpose other than to just be there.
Other than ramming, it just
Okay,
right
you can use it as a plow.
It's a battering ram.
It's an amazing plow.
It's also a morale hit to your bad guys when your enemy when you come in and just destroy the landscape in front of you. It's just
And then you're ready to fight, and all of a sudden you gotta wait for the elevator to descend the whole way.
later.
Ding! Now,
What are you doing at the bottom of that fucking spaceship? Everything good is at the top.
It's true.
I don't know. It just seemed like an odd design to me. The fighters were fine.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
I thought it looked
I love
Then it had all those mechanical things with the elevator. Oh, I thought it was really cool.
I love the cloaking device they had on their ships.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
And then-
Almost snuck by Idris Elba.
Yeah. He just jumped onto that thing.
Oh yeah.
Dagger in hand,
I love him.
ripping the ship apart.
I was like, yeah,
It's like he'll
yeah.
just take down the spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
And then the big one shows up, and he's like,
Like, oh,
Ah, shit.
sorry guys.
I thought he was single-handedly going to stop them all.
I know that would have been fucking sweet.
All right, so the first after credit scene.
Yes.
Yes, after credit scene that we have is a precursor to the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is the next big Avengers style Marvel movie that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So in it, it's revealed there are 6 Infinity Gems.
Aren't there 7? I thought.
There's 7 in the comics. There was a seventh one added later in the comics, but even in the comics, it started as 6.
In the scene, it said 1 down, 5 to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was kind of it said that whoever owns all 6 gains the power of omnipotence, which is just pure power, omniscience, which is knowledge of religion and everything like that, omnipresence, which they could be everywhere at once, and godlike power. So we know the Infinity Gauntlet is on Asgard, right? Oh no, it was on Asgard. And yeah, the Tesseract is on Asgard. The Infinity Gauntlet, which has the Aether Power Stone in it, that was given to the Collector.
Yeah.
Collector says, just as Umi stated, 1 down, 5 to go. He wants all 6. So does he want this to become a god? Is that what you think his? Or do you think he wants it to collect? We don't know much about him at this point.
I think he's working for someone.
He's working for Thanos.
Like, yeah.
I'm going to wager that one.
Yeah.
I would also wager he's getting it for someone else and he would be paid handsomely for it.
Yeah. His head's just going to get cut off. That's how handsome it's going to be.
In the Avengers, Thanos wanted the Tesseract.
Yeah.
So it's likely that he's using any third-party means necessary to get him get what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So the Collector could be one of those third parties.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the Collector, and it's not the character is really familiar, but like I can't put my finger on any of his story.
Yeah, he's
I couldn't either.
really big in the comics.
Yeah, no, I know. Like I remember him, but I just can't remember his story.
I mean, but also, I mean, he's got to be say he is working for Thanos. It's not like you think, he's going to get all 6 of these stones and he's going to gain, omnipotence, omniscience, and all that stuff, and he's going to be a god. He's still not going to fuck with Thanos because Thanos practically is a god already.
When you said
I know. I'm sorry. I'm tongue-tying myself.
I was like, did you just say impotence?
Yes, the Collector is going to gather 6 Infinity Gems, these mega power sources from across the universe, and he's going to become impotent because of their radiation.
He's gonna cause impotence.
Oh,
pretty much.
Spread impotence.
We must fight this.
# must fight impotence. So when I first heard of Guardians of the Galaxy and I saw like the promo pictures and something for it, it didn't look like something that interested me. But now after seeing that scene, my mind has kind of changed a little bit. So what do you guys think? Is Guardians of the Galaxy something that's going to interest you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I already am
as
interested.
soon as I heard it.
Rocket fucking raccoon, man.
Word. I've seen them in the comics before, and they're fucking awesome. And while I can't remember every character, this fucking Rocket Raccoon sold out at Comic-Con. Like the first day, they had a plushie of him. Like the first day, they were gone.
Okay, so I pulled it up here. Let's see. They're going to have Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax the Destroyer, Ronan the Accused. Oh, these are probably also bad guys in here.
Yeah.
Korath, yeah, the Telek. Oh, that was Benicio del Toro. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
I was actually
that's
going to
Del
say it, but for a minute I forgot Benicio del Toro's name. But that was most certainly him.
Collector, Nova Prime, Rocket Raccoon. Wow, Vin Diesel is going to be the motion capture and voice of Groot.
Right,
That'll be
hear
good.
that.
That'll be good.
Ooh.
Huh.
Loki screws horses! It's funny because it's canon.
Yeah.
At least Norse mythology, it's canon.
Oh my god.
It's true.
Oh, that's where the Collector is one of the elders of the universe.
Hmm.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know much about the Guardians of the Galaxy at all. I was basing it just off of the promotions, the stuff that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't really look like something that interests me. But now that I've got to see them a little bit, I got to get a precursor of it in the end of the Avengers It definitely looks like something I'm interested in. So
It's Space Avengers.
Space Avengers.
more or less. So
More or less, it's Space Avengers.
yeah.
Is it gonna be better than Firefly?
It's gonna be better than Firefly.
Is it?
I,
Is it?
I
Good? I hope not.
Sure.
Nothing's better than Firefly.
You haven't even seen Firefly, so you shush.
How do you know what I've seen?
Avengers in space.
Like you haven't seen Doctor Who too, so shh.
I don't intend on seeing Doctor Who.
Oh, these hashtags, man.
Those hashtags are great.
Hashtag can't English.
Hashtag must fight hashtag spam. Okay, so now before you guys watched this week's episode of S.H.I.E.L.D., the very, very end scene, we see a frost monster from Jotunheim. He's shown...
Jotunheim.
Huh?
Jotunheim.
Whatever. I can't pronounce words. It's shown that it's left in London. So, did you guys think that this was going to be what S.H.I.E.L.D. was going to have to clean up?
Well,
Yes.
I knew that's what you were talking about. And I wanted him to be like their pet, and because he was chasing the birds around, he was so fucking cute. And I'm like, Shield is gonna get a pet.
Good ice monster, so cute. He's so cute.
He was fucking cute, derpily jumping around after those birds.
I really thought that that's what it was going to be.
What did the fox say to the firefly?
I said I want to ban him from chat for that one. That's evil.
Hashtag oh snap.
What did the fox say to the firefly? Cancelled. Oh, it's hilarious.
This is why you guys need to be
I'm
here for
sad
our
now.
live shows. Our chat is going nuts right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sad now.
we'll get into this in our Shield podcast, but what do you guys think happened to the frost monster now that it's still there? We didn't get a resolution on it.
It's one
Will
of
we
those
ever?
things. I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, oh, it's the funny thing you throw in after the credits. It doesn't really mean much. It's just funny.
He's probably galloping with the horses in the English countryside.
He's found a nice field where he can live happily.
Yep.
Galloping with the horses, more like eating them.
No.
He should go
He's
to
gonna be
Scotland.
friends with the horses.
He should go to Scotland because there are more sheep there than there are people.
Sheep.
Sheep.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's definitely something S.H.I.E.L.D. had to clean up, but not necessarily Coulson's team.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that's why we didn't see it. So, don't know. Any other final thoughts?
Yeah, what's her face is hilarious. The intern.
Jenny? No. Is her name Jenny?
Darcy.
Darcy.
Yeah.
What
Why was I
about-
thinking Jenny?
What about Darcy's intern?
He's just clueless.
He was alright. But I feel like they realized she was a good character and they wrote her a bunch more lines.
Yeah.
And I was very happy with that.
Oh, I definitely
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed
They
it.
were very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful movie.
It was.
It was
Oh,
very
yeah.
pretty.
Omi, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this movie?
Huh. About an 8.
An 8? Chrissy?
Yeah.
I would actually second the 8.
Mike?
And for I got a third the 8. I'm going to be different and say 8.05.
Which we round off to an 8.
Yeah.
I know.
We round that down to an 8.
And I'm going to go with a 7.
7.
7.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. I didn't dislike the movie by any means, but it's...
Yeah. Yeah.
Avengers is a perfect 10, and it wasn't quite there. I'm a very harsh rater of movies. Very, very harsh. So my 7 may be equivalent to like your guys' 8 in terms of your own personal scales. I'm just harsher at my ratings than most people.
Yeah.
So, Umi, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Chrissy, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and most other social media at Cliomoto, Cliomoto, and you can find me on YouTube at LIOSMFVIDS.
Mike?
They can find me on Twitter at Thilladren, THILLADREN.
And you can find me on Twitter at... You guys are going to sing it this time?
Do 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 do.
I was not.
Dumb. Wait.
You can find me on Twitter at PHENOMEDOM. Phenomenodom.
Pointing at all three of them.
Nothing. And you can find us all.
Told you I wasn't gonna do it again.
You can find us all on YouTube and Facebook.com/ASO TV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows and or movies. Until...
Yes.
What is our next movie?
Please, can we do The Hobbit? Oh God, please.
Until The Hobbit. We'll see you guys
Yes.
later.
The Hobbit. The Hobbit. The Hobbit.
I'm gonna squeeze so hard, you guys will wish you didn't know me.
Set
Hobbit?
your Bilbo
Yeah.
Baggins on fire.
Oh my god.